Hi, it's Steve and Joe from Freshagenda. And Steve, we've got a bit of a short, sharp agenda this week, just talking about a fairly interesting GDT event.
Yeah.
As well as Chat of the Week, of course.
So while it's a short agenda, don't worry, I can stretch it out.
I know you can.
So, look, the headlines, the sixth fall in succession, the index went down 3.6%. We've just pulled out the main highlights there, but this was the most exciting GDT event for a while. We had a few dull ones. So let's just rip through the highlights. You can see there heavy falls, moderate falls in the powders, heavy in cheddar, which was a bit weird, and fat's a bit mixed, but mostly down. Just putting things into context for international comparisons, butter's drawn a lot closer with this fall, so has cheddar. And comparing the latest spot quotes out of Europe, according to Trigona's newsletter.
Yeah, so that skim premium's been knocked a bit, which we'll see a bit more of later on.
We will, yeah. The big thing about this event was the weak demand for skim milk powder, particularly weak, nearly the weakest in GDT history since they've been recording these ratios. So the starting 6-round demand was just a touch off the worst. Butter is a similar position. So the mechanism therefore doesn't get going with momentum, and really with the dominance by Chinese buyers in those two products and not many others showing up, that therefore it falls.
There's the dynamics, yeah. So that is historically low, you're saying?
Just skim. A touch off the lowest recorded. But not tragedy, we're down 7% since March.
Yeah, and it's still, when you look over the history of GDT, it's still fairly positive territory.
Yeah, still high commodity prices. So about that weakening, this event hasn't been the catalyst. There's been weakness for 2 months, so that's just comparing early May to early July. I've pulled out a few things there. That's a US price. It's not the CME price. It's the quotes for, I think it's middle of the range for medium and low heat in the West.
Yes.
So the most immediate exporter. And in Europe, it is a Trigona quote again, which is reasonably, consistent series. So it's just showing that compared to GDT, that premium has come down quite a bit.
Yeah.
But the falls were well underway, and that malaise, a bit of a pushback on prices. We think probably the threat of more US production, and availability.
Yeah.
Because what's also going on in the background is Mexico slowed in their buying. But there's port hold up, so there's a bit of a stock build going on. So that's, adding up to just a generally weak situation. In terms of butterfat, we had another big fall for butter, down $150 in the C2, but it's pushed that.
That premium is widened again.
The AMF premium, or butter discount, in fat terms, has widened to more than what we talked about last time. So that'll soon change. It doesn't tend to stay there for long.
No.
In that respect. And cheddar.
Yeah. Wow.
So
it was offered across all 6 contracts at this event, which doesn't happen all that often.
First time since December, I think. Yeah.
And they probably won't want to do that again.
No, they've flagged that they're going to be offering less cheddar going forward. But that weird result between, C3 and 4,
a real dip there, isn't
nearly
there?
$500 difference there.
Yeah.
But the C2 is a bit under 4,100. So there'll be a few people looking at that number with a bit of alarm.
Yeah.
Given the price of milk that's been set in this region.
Sure.
Those expectations. And just a comparison there of, how that lines up with what's actually happened in the US. Their futures markets expects the market to improve, but we're getting into a close band out there. We've used this before, this chart.
That convergence.
Yeah, that convergence concept we talked about.
Yep.
And then, Joe, you've picked out an interesting chart of the week.
Yeah, so we had lots of charts in our newsletter this week, but this one's an interesting one. Just looking at US cheddar production, which is well up in 2021. Obviously a bit of a dip there in the pandemic year of 2020, but still pretty high against 2019 as well. But mozzarella output fell in May, and it's only just up 2.4% in 3 months, which is a little bit surprising. I suppose we thought we'd see that swing into mozzarella as food service reopenings sort of roll out across the US based on vaccination rates, but we're not quite seeing it there yet,
It's not kicking, no. And so that's, risk pushing more milk to dryers.
Yeah.
Where that's available, where that's a choice. Just some market context then. So the other thing that did come out this week were stock numbers.
Yeah, and again, very high stock numbers for American cheese. Again, against 2020, not so high, but that was an exceptionally high year in terms of stocks. But when you look back over a few years, very high at the moment. So it suggests that there's a bit of cheese being sucked into storage that could find its way out to export if it's not getting pulled through into domestic markets.
Yeah, if that's right. I mean, the biggest exporter is, again, Mexico, but US not a traditional cheddar exporter, but so they'll be looking, maybe there's a risk, and this goes back to the skim milk powder or the non-fat story, that if this is already highly stocked and we aren't seeing a lot of kick-off, particularly mozzarella, does that mean we're going to see more milk move where the option exists into dryers?
Yeah.
And is that helping keep skim milk powder weaker?
Sure.
More around that, where the prices are. Then we need to be reminded of that in the US. Prices are quite weak.
And they've certainly shifted down on that futures curve in that period since early June.
So this will be a developing story over coming months. But that's all from us this week. Thanks for joining us. See you again soon.